Let's talk about Shark Tank for a moment because it's so rare. I know a few people who've gone on Shark Tank. I've actually helped a few founders get on Shark Tank, so which is great. But if a founder is out there and they're listening and they're thinking, oh, I wish I would have gotten on Shark Tank, or I want to try to get on Shark Tank, what advice would you tell them? Like, how do they decide? You got the inside perspective. What would you say?
That's a loaded question. It's a big undertaking. And what I mean by that is there is a long lead time because it's a production, right? It's not something that's just sort of happening live. There's several months lead time to get into the actual set of pitching the sharks. And then you have the airing process, which has its own set of complexity. So it's a big undertaking. And when you're running a business, especially if you're in the early stages, you're doing everything. You're wearing all the hats. You're doing, sales and marketing and customer service and investor relations and product development. And so if you add one huge additional responsibility like Shark Tank to your plate, you are going to have to take resources from other parts of your business. So my sort of cautionary tale to anybody considering it is just make sure you have the resources that would allow you as the founder or the main person that would go through that process to do that with 100% of your effort, because you need to use 100% of your effort in that type of an opportunity.
But you would agree that there is definitely a lift from being on Shark Tank, and then there's a lift, even if you don't do a deal with the sharks. I've watched your episode. There is still a lift that happens. There's this bump that occurs. So it's worthwhile if you can take all that pressure and the resource, just like you said.
100%. Absolutely. It is probably the most powerful platform we have in terms of brand awareness and marketing in a concentrated form. And so absolutely, it is awesome. And I am so thrilled that I had the opportunity to do it.
Well, at the same time, I can tell you, I have had multiple instances where I've had to try and get founders and help them work through a really crappy Shark Tank deal. And I think that's something that people just don't understand. Like, it's not called Angel Tank for a reason. Like, it's Shark Tank. The deals can be pretty rough. And I have had to try and advise founders to work their way through, and they've been stuck and their businesses have been just crushed, really, because of a Shark Tank deal.